What's good with y'all? We keeping the series going. We're on to the NFC South. All right, we on to the NFC South. Not gonna waste too much time on the intro. All these teams, well, three of the teams I got pretty close together, but let's keep it moving. In last place, I have the Carolina Panthers. Yes, I understand they won the division last year. I'm just not impressed with what I see depth chart wise. I do like the direction they're going in with Canales for the most part, but I do see them taking a step back this year. Bryce Young, not a fan. Career high last year in yards, 3,011 yards. That's not going to get it done, to be honest with you. He did look good in the playoff game against the Rams. I really think they should have beat the Rams in the playoffs. But outside of a handful of players, not really feeling this team here. They're missing both tackles right now due to injury. Now, I don't know if that's season ending. They should get him back, but you did get Monroe Freeling from Georgia in the first round, so maybe he's ready to step in. I like the two receivers they got at with Coker and Ted McMillan. So I mean, good receiving group for the most part. But I'm just not a fan of the quarterback, man. He's small, he has a weak arm. He's a gamer, he makes plays. I'm not gonna hate on on the way he can, rally the troops, but I'm not all the way sold. The defense, they went and spent some money on two main players they brought in. Jalen Phillips, good pass rusher. Devin Lloyd was on an all-pro level early in the season. He didn't finish that high, but he had a good season for the Jags. Derek Brown's been a good player for a long time. J.C. Horn is an elite corner. So you got some pieces here, but I got him finishing last. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Next up, we on to the the team led by the best running back in the NFL, man, Bijan Robinson. This is the guy, man. This guy, the way he cuts in and out of his breaks is special. And I'm not waving the flag just because this is a Texas legend right here. This is the fucking man. And it's just proven the other day with a 3-year, $75 million extension. Most all-time for a running back, okay? This team is skilled players galore, man. Bijan, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and you hoping to have a good rookie year out of the rookie Zachariah Branch. The problem with this team, as it has been for a while, is the quarterback play. What are you going to get out of who's going to start a quarterback? Is it going to be Tua or is it going to be Michael Penix? I think this team would benefit from a tank year, to be honest with you. But the O-line doesn't look bad. Jake Matthews at left tackle, he's solid. Bergeron just got a new deal the other day at guard. Lindstrom's been a good player over the course of his career. They had serious issues at kicker last year. Like, they could not find a kicker that worked for them at all. And it cost them some games. They probably damn near could have made the playoffs if they could have made a few more kicks last year. But I don't know what they're going to do at right tackle either. If Jawan Taylor, this shit say Jawan Taylor's supposed to be their right tackle, so I don't know. It's some players on this defense. This secondary should be good between Xavier Watts, Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell, Mike Hughes. So, I mean, it should be a good secondary. You just lost Jalen Walker, who looked like the best pass rusher they had to a ACL the other day. That's rough. But you do have James Pierce coming back if he can, stay out of jail. And let's see, Brandon Dolores at D tackle had eight and a half sacks last year. So you got some pieces here, and I think they could be a solid team. I got them finishing third in the division, but they need to fix them kicking problems. That shit was a serious problem last year. No bullshit. We on to the Tampa Bay Bucks. I think, in popular opinion, like public perception, I think the Bucks are going to be the favorite to win this division, and mostly for good reason. I do like this roster. They have a really good offensive line. It's going to be hard. Tristan Wirfs has been one of the best in the game since his rookie year. It's going to be tough to beat this team if they playing well. Baker wants a new contract. I don't think he played good enough to warrant that at all. Like, I really don't think I don't think he has the right to be all disrespected and demanding of the organization when they've went out there and took a chance on him. So he's playing for his life, not his life, but he's playing for his next contract. I feel him, he need a chip on his shoulder. That's fine. Another year here of Todd Bowles. I'm not sure how he still keeps sticking around. I think this team missed his mark last year. He was 6-2 and ended up missing the playoffs. I think it's in a bad division too, so I think that's horrible. On to the receivers: Emeka Ibuka, Jalen McMillan, Chris Godwin, Tez Johnson. So good group. You need Emeka to make the leap to be a wide receiver one. We'll see if he can get there this year. They drafted one sleeper in Ted Hurst, who I wanted on the Patriots, but he might be able to do something for him this year. I don't know. We'll see. And you obviously got Bucky Irvin. Hopefully, I mean, he missed like 7 weeks last season. I don't even know what was going on with him, but he seems to be back and right. Sean Tucker had a good season as a backup, so it looks to be a good roster. The defense, Vita Vea wants to be traded or wants a new contract. You got Zion McCollum, good corner. Anton Winfield, been an elite player at safety for a long time. Ruben Bain, I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year, best pass rusher in the draft. Who else? Kalijah Kancey back from injury. So this should be a good team. And if you picked him to win the division, I'm not mad at it. In a lot of instances, I would agree. But I'm picking him to finish second. I'm going out on a limb. Year 2, Tyler Shough and Kellen Moore. Give me the Saints to win the division, all right? With Chris Olave, new contract, and an All-Pro last season for the first time in his career, I believe. I think this team has a lot of firepower to be able to get out of the NFC South and be the team that stands tall at the end of this year. Listen, I think Kellen Moore's been doing a hell of a job calling plays the last few years. I believe he had a stint on the Eagles. He had a stint on the Cowboys, or he had a long run on the Cowboys, but he had a stint on the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl, I believe, and now obviously as the head coach here. So he has his guy at quarterback. Obviously Spencer Rattler started some games last season for him and wasn't horrible, but obviously they going with the I can't even call Tyler Shough a young quarterback. He's 26, but still, I think this team has a chance to be good. The O-line, they figured out the O-line. Kelvin Banks at left tackle. Cesar Ruiz in the middle at center. Damn, I'm missing somebody. Anyways, I think Jordan Tyson, that was my favorite receiver in the draft. So if he can stay healthy, that was the only reason. I really thought the Chiefs should have drafted him at 6, but that was really the only reason he wasn't undisputed #1 receiver in the draft. Like, I feel like his injury concern with his hamstrings and all the soft tissue injuries made people feel uneasy about taking him. Anyway, let's get on to the defense. The defense, you got Chase Young coming off a big season. You re-signed him. Godchuk from New England. Brian Brees is out for the season. That's going to be a big loss, unfortunately. Let's see. Julian Blackmon from the Colts. So they say he's supposed to be shoring up that secondary. So I mean, the defense cool. I think they could be pedestrian, middle of the pack. But I think this is all about that offense. And I didn't even mention the 2 running backs. You went and signed Travis Etienne, who had a nice year for the Jags. He's going to be a new starter. Alvin Kamara goes back to a utility role. I think that's better off for him at this point in his career, okay? But I am picking the Saints to win this division. I'm going out on a limb. Yeah, I think most people are going to pick the Bucks, but I'm going out on a limb and taking the Saints here. All right, this is how I got it shaken out, man. As I said earlier, I'm not a fan of that Panthers team. Sorry. I could see them going on another run like they did last year, but I like the Bucks and the Saints way better. The Falcons, as I'm doing this video, I'm talking myself out of them a little bit, but they do have some offensive firepower there, and they really just a franchise guy away. But Saints and the Bucks, that should be a fun battle. I think the Bucks like that matchup against the Saints, but I think the Saints perform better elsewhere in certain spots. But I wouldn't be surprised either way if any of them 3 teams won, if any of them 2 teams won a division, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, appreciate y'all for watching. We're gonna keep this thing rolling, but y'all be easy.